Hey, ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich,
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
and we're here, which means it's going to be another game of Steel Division 44. Now,
Yep.
today on Meridet, who do we have playing here, Rang?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Cadilakor as the Guards Armored. And on the right-hand side in red, we have URA Comrades, but he's playing Germany, and as the Windhund Division.
Yeah, pathetically enough, I didn't pick up on that until just now, so thank you for helping me out. I didn't realize I was making a very much a Soviet play here. But, we have seen a lot, well, not a whole ton, but we've seen some guards recently. We found out it's a very, very powerful deck. What can we expect facing off against the Windhund, though?
Rintown is a very aggressive phase deck. You see, he has 10 more points compared to the Guards, and they got the Panzer Freeze. He's already bringing out the Mortar Free right off the bat, so doing that long-range anti-tank play. And you and me have looked at the decks earlier. We actually have them open on our second monitor. And the Rintown player has 2 Panzerwerfers in a phase, so we're going to see quite a bit of Werf and Panzers, I got to admit.
No,
And a lot of A-phase units overall, actually, just looking at it.
I was just going to make that comment myself. I'm seeing 2 Cs, and, you know, it looks like just a couple of Panthers there. Panthers with veterancy, for that matter. Now, if we take a look over here at the guard side of things, we are going to see, of course, those Stuart 6s and a lot of different half-tracks, it looks like. In fact, nope, more than just a couple Stuarts. In fact, we have 3 Stuarts out early on.
That's a lot of Stuarts.
But if you look at his
I think
deck... Look how many Stuarts he's got in his deck, though. He's got 10, plus
Jesus
Command Cromwell, just in A alone.
That's I don't think you need that many Stuarts, mate, to be honest. 5 is usually more than enough, but he's definitely going for that light armor. It's not a terrible idea against Rintown, as those Panzer Frees are rather lightly armored, and same with the Mortar Free too, so he can fight them rather effectively. It's just getting into range.
Well, we are off to the races here, and taking a look at the German breakout, you want to take a look at that Southern Spear is very, very aggressive.
That is a very risky maneuver because that does bring him into that forest area. And this is the Rintown division we are talking about. They don't get a lot of infantry in A phase, like 4 Panzer Grenadiers in total. So fighting in the forest is going to be a pain in the butt, and making sure he doesn't get Piated with his 2-3-4/runs is going to be rather important. And the Stuart too.
I was just going to make the comment myself. I'm a little more nervous about the Stuart really being, well, having a target gallery down here to the south. That guy, he's going to pick off both of those half-tracks pretty darn easily, I would say.
Yeah, if he can stop and at least get one good hit, the other one will be buggered. You know, if he can get close to the 2-3-4, it seems to be the case, he will be able to penetrate the Stuart, but it's really going to come down to who can shoot who first.
And they're just going to charge right next to each other, so I don't know what's going on here.
What the hell?
Ammo explosion, never mind, there goes Stuart.
Wow, that didn't have gone as well, but yeah, 2-3-4 else is in effect, and
that's not supposed to happen.
No, and with that Stuart down, that's going to really open up the gap for him, but he needs to be aggressive and try to at least push through the forest area, preferably into the town as a defensive location.
Maybe having 10 Stuarts was not a bad idea after all.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the deck to bring it up against.
We definitely have one that's coming in now appropriately with a command move, but there's also Pigren coming into that forest, so I imagine this Stuart's going to get picked off pretty darn quickly as well.
Yeah, and he is keeping his 2 rows, keeping one of the 2-3-4s back, so if he can just keep the Pigren in a good location, it's going to be a rather nice Stuart kill.
Now, we are looking up to the northern side. We see a bit of a furball happening. Pigren's facing on off of the half-track and rifle squads. Now, between the rifle and the Pigrens, who really has an advantage there?
The Pigrens just they have long-range advantage by a mile. Those SMG-42s and veterancy is scary. But if Mr. Cadilakor can get his rifles close enough into SMG range and outnumber the Pigrens, he can kill them. You also got to realize only 4 Pigrens available, so kill and run during A phase is knocking out 25% of the enemy infantry. So every kill matters against those Pigrens right now.
By the way, so we are seeing that second Stuart coming down at the southern side, he's putting fire into that half-track, and I think we're seeing a bit of a flank run coming on out from this 2-3-4.
Oh, yeah.
But he's not going to see him for anything. he's got to get all the way around the back of this town to really be any kind of worthwhile here.
Or he can just wait for the Stuart to move up and then get the flanking shot on, which seems like it's going to be the case.
Yes, and that autocannon will get the first shot off, I believe. So the question is whether or not... Yep, there we go.
Yep, there we go.
So Cadilakor usually is not this... I don't want to be too harsh with this particular phrase here, but he's usually not this much of a spendthrift with his troops. I'm a little bit concerned for his opening start here.
I'm thinking he needs to be much more defensive with his tanks that he's bringing up, because that's the second time he pretty much charged a Stuart. And the first time, of course, that was unexpected, but, you know, Formula 1, same on me. But with the command Cromwell now, the big difference is it is a bit more heavily armoured, so hopefully it won't get one-shotted by those autocannons.
But I really do like the position that we see in the south from URA COMRADES.
Yep.
Having those particular half-tracks, the 234s, first of all, not the heaviest of pieces, but neither are they... Wow, actually, I'm really stunned by this, because inside the town, their combat effectiveness is just multiplied by about 2 or 3 different times there.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, bloody hell, like, the AP pen at, like, very close range, as you can see, can easily penetrate a Stuart for just an autocannon, mind you, but as you can see, the Cromwell is going to get some shots off, and of course, 1 or 2 3/4 to back off, and once again it's going to come down to good manoeuvre. And having 2 of them is a bloody good idea, because he can do that manoeuvre warfare, which is vitally important.
It looked like we have one peeked on out and got himself picked on off. But I do want to actually pull your attention up to the northern side for a second. So we see the Martyr 3 and the Stuart have both gotten themselves nice and damaged. And I'm a little bit confused why we've seen such static play here. I would have thought there'd been an end run around the northern side with one of these tanks. 2 maybe. I mean, geez, it practically cries out for some light cavalry play here.
Yeah, the Mortar 3 did a damn good choice to bring in that north side, because it does have that range advantage against the Guards unit. But it seems like he's very much focused on trying to make his southern play work. And it's not looking good anymore, because the second 234 just got knocked out. And it's really just left to the Panzergrens.
I was going to say that at the same time, though, the Peagrens did come on down, and luckily enough, they did realize the last second, being that the Cromwell realized the danger coming in on their flank. The Peagrens could have gotten close enough for that lovely, lovely little Panzerfaust 60.
Yep, but I think, did they get the Panzerfaust in the half-track?
They did. Transmission damaged, but who cares? I'll trade a half-track for a Peagren squad any day of the week and twice on Saturday.
Exactly, but with the Cromwell here giving some fire support, the Peagrens don't really have much of a chance, and it's pulling them out just in time. He does not want them to surrender, because of course keeping the Peagrens alive is very important, so bit of a roll and retreat here.
But you know, you have to be really kind of happy with that particular decision, and frankly, overall, oh wow, I didn't even notice that there are rifles behind enemy lines right now. I'm surprised we are not seeing a little more aggression there.
Oh yeah, those 2 guys. Yeah, I think it's just can't really do too much, because most of the armor is having to deal with, and rifles not exactly full armor, but yeah, it's a surrender on the Peagrens. That's a damn good capture, and it seems like Cadilakor is gaining an initiative down south.
Very, very true. On the back of that Cromwell, basically. Now, we have another 3.5 minutes before we get to Phase B, and right now we are seeing it is still 51-49 in favor of the Germans. But, I don't know, you tell me, are you seeing the Germans really kind of holding on to this territory, or is it just kind of like the tide's coming in and it's going to get washed right back out again?
Yeah, they're definitely going to get rossed out down south. It's not looking good at all, but on this map, Rintown doesn't really have a good chance in the forest area. I think he really needs to try pushing up north a bit more. He does have the MG42, yeah. He's lost the half track, but it's really going to come down to try and capture that open area to take advantage of his mortars and larger AT guns. Because just look, yeah, he's got the Panzers too in the deck, which will be a fantastic Phase B unit to bring out.
I was going to say, actually, though, we've seen both Panzer IIIs coming out, so that's an entire card's worth of guys down to the southern flank.
Oh, yeah.
And a very, very interesting call, too. I mean, the Cromwell, of course, will trade decently well. It's basically who's going to have a more accurate time. And right now, so far, it's the Cromwell. Geez, he got 3 kills to his name, I would say.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's not really any Panzerfaust, bloody Piats nearby, so those PZ3s are free to move around the forest for now.
Yeah, but at the same time, I really don't like the Windhund position, which is saying a lot, because you know how much of a German file I am.
Yep. It's just... this southern section of the map is very hard for Rintown to really play effectively. And B-Phase is going to help out a little bit because he does have a few pioneers to his name. But apart from that, there's not really much in terms of CQC infantry.
Now, we were talking before about the Panzerwerfers coming on in. Now, if you were URA, which side would you be positioning these Panzerwerfers?
Probably down south to give me an advantage on the forest fight and trying to stun up those rifles and tanks so I could bring like a Panzer III around the corner to try and knock out this Cromwell right now. As he is a very smart position, not just rushing it up.
I was going to say, I have to love both positions. They're really quite well done. Both the Cromwell sitting in defilade and the Panzer III not going for it. There have been a lot of players that would definitely do so, and that bridge just to the west of it would give it a perfect flank shot as well.
Exactly. I think he's trying to set up for the Scorpion maneuver here, trying to outflank the Cromwell, but you see that Southern Panzer III might get a little bit too close to that motorized rifle squad.
And that's exactly what I was going to make the comment myself, is that there is a little bit of anti-tank coming on in. Oh, but no, the Cromwell goes down.
Oh, wow.
Panther
the Cromwell
III.
bloody missed. The Cromwell missed by quite a mile too, and it got first shot as well. Damn, that's rather unlucky for Cadilakor, because that was really his main force.
And I don't know if you noticed, but there is a P3 up on the top as well, and he's already taken out one Stuart, and he's on the verge of taking out another one. It's really just a question of whether or not he can get that last shot off. Never mind bouncing off, he's going to get forced back, but the 6-pounder will go down in the meantime. And Cadilakor again is folding a little bit. He is, bizarrely enough, calling in 2 Crusader tanks with 20 seconds left to go before the phase change.
Yep.
Not sure I would have gone for that call myself. Taking a look at what he's got.
Yeah, I would get another tank, honestly.
I was going to say, he's got a couple of Cromwells he has an opportunity to, and heck, even those Stuarts are nice and cheap by comparison.
He still has a lot of Stuarts in his deck. He did lose another one up north. And it's a type of play, obviously URA really needs to do. Keep the aggression up north, trying to get into his open ground. He does have the tanks here to really push back Cadilakor, as we're now in phase B.
Actually, I might have missed this, but I think one of the P3s did go down courtesy of the motorized rifles.
Yep, they did. They got P-atted.
But they are Winchester completely on any kind of anti-tank weaponry, so there's definitely a little bit of concern there.
Yeah. It's just a very weird front line at the moment. I mean, those motorized rifles are really stopping that Panzer III from really moving up because the Panzer Grenadiers aren't nearby to give any support. And
now,
yeah, it's just...
Take a look at that Lloyd carrier coming on in. So he's bringing in, was another 6-pounder, I think, perhaps? Yes, it should be 6-pounder, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a 6-pounder.
Look at the way, first of all, he's coming on in. You just have to be appreciative. Look at what the P3 can see. That's a beautiful, beautiful path.
If you had a 6-pounder rent on the main road before going onto that little side road, the Panzer III could have got a shot off, but... Wow, that was pretty lucky that the Panzer III is positioned in such location, because now that 6-pounder can move up and get a good snipe.
Well, I think a lot of this is, do you know that I know that he knows that I know? And right now, we are seeing URA is still up. Like, wow, he's up 56-44. That's nothing to sneeze at right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think this southern attack is actually going pretty well for him. Oh, up north.
I would say the northern attack, though, geez, there's no Stuarts left. There's a couple coming in now. And a
Cromwell being brought up. Oh, heavily armored Cromwell. Very nice choice.
Oh, jeez. The 6-pounder had like a 200-meter shot and completely whiffed. Never mind.
What if it is Brits? Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go.
I think I'm a fraction of a second ahead of you, by the way.
Yeah, I think it slowed down a little bit too on my end. But we're still pretty close, Joe.
Honestly, I paused and put right back in so we see how we go right now. But Cadilakor really has to get a lot of infantry left in here, and I'm surprised he's really not doing it. We've talked about it before. The British infantry may not be fantastic, but they're plentiful, and I'm really surprised that we're not seeing a lot more being thrown into the mix.
Yeah, and looking at Cadilakor's deck, he has a lot of rifles and Gren groups in B phase, so he can easily outspam these Panzer Grenadiers, and at close range, those Panzer Grens don't really hold the same bite as they do above that.
And that's pretty much thanks to those Sten guns too, and those guys are they're not inconsiderable, I will say.
Now, at close range as well, the Lionfield does shoot slightly faster than the Kar 98. It does give you just that little bit of extra DPS that will help you win a battle.
So by the way, so we do have a Cromwell 7 up top trying to have a little bit of an engagement with distant P3, but it looks like he might get hounded down by all that extra armor.
Yeah, once that Mortar 3 gets into position, he can get a very good snipe on the Cromwell. Is he at 250, so that's 9 flanking around, so...
But there is a Humber.
Oh.
So Humber Mach 4 is going to be more than enough to take that out. I think I'm more concerned really about the fact that there's a Jagdpanzer coming up to the northern side, and what's more, I think there's a P4 in the center part of the field if memory serves. Yes, there is.
Yep.
A command P4's come on it.
Trying to clear up that Sentinel area, and we got those 2 Crusader EA. He's going to be forcing back the 2-5 run, but...
Martyr's dead, by the way.
Yep. Oh, damn. That's not good. That's not good at all.
This 250, though, geez. Such a strange... Yeah, you're right. This front line's really, really bizarre. I can't wrap my head around it. It's really, really hard for me to pay attention to where everyone is.
Yeah, URA just keeps making these like small little breakthroughs of 1 or 2 units that gains them a lot of ground. But damn, that P3 getting a kill on the Humbler, and
then losing his life in turn, though.
But oh, look, his Panda Grenadiers. They got the line of sight block thanks to that little tree line in front of him. So maybe, just maybe, I can get the Panzerfaust shot on. And it seems like it's going to be the case here.
I think you're right. Unless, of course, the Dingo takes the lead, at which point he's going to get picked on off. No! Somehow it's like...
backs off.
Wow.
I think you can just barely see the PT Grens. Yeah.
I think he's more concerned about the 250, and I can't help but blame... I can't blame him either.
I see.
But here we go. Here comes the Grens. They're coming on in, aligning, and do the stars align? No, they don't. They dive behind the tree line instead.
He still has... Yeah. He still has line of sight block thanks to that bow card, so... Hopefully, can he run up and get the kill?
I don't think so. I think that Dingo's going to go away in time. But
damn, so close, so far.
We're still in such a bizarre place. 6-pounder still in the middle part of the field. Another Stuart coming on out. The flanking 250 up to the north just gets taken out as well. And I think the P Grens retiring. No, they're not quite retiring, but they're falling back from the tree line a little bit.
Yep. And we do have this Jagdpanzer 4, which will prove to be a rather fearsome foe till a 17-pounder unit can be brought up, because well, it's rather heavily armored.
I have bad news for it, though. It's just moving up, and this Cromwell's going to see it beautifully in a second here, and he's nice and close. He should be able to take it on out. But whoever gets that first shot off might be able to get the kill, and nope, never mind. It goes to Cromwell.
It goes to Cromwell, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me, by the way. I'm feeling very paternal over this Guards. I don't know why. So.
Well, you know, they have some pretty cool units, and I know what you mean, because URA's just making some really good breakthroughs here. As the Guards keep making, or Cadilakor keeps making some rather silly decisions with his tanks, especially the Stuarts early on. That did not help out an awful lot.
Now, before we get too much further, and again, we have about 4 minutes till Phase C. Right now, 62 to 38 means it's going to be +2 in favor of URA. I'm sure you say your visitors all the time for your channel, but guys, of course, we are making a lot of comments right now, but we have God vision, which means, you know, if guys are being a little bit silly with their way they're moving forward or kind of being very tentative, we know everything. We know all.
Also, we don't have to micromanage everything that's going on right now, so...
So, you know, if you have some thoughts here, keep it clean, guys. Side note, so you mentioned that 17-pounder before? Well, he's got a beautiful shot, and that Jagdpanzer completely took out the weapon, and now taking him out as well.
And that's some of the heavier guns that Cadilakor needs to bring up, especially once we're getting to C phase with potential Panthers being brought onto the field. But
Panthers, all 2 of them.
All 2 of them. That's all you need, really, in all honesty, in a 1v1 game. Because if you lose 2 Panthers in a 1v1 phase C, I think you need to reevaluate how you're using your Panthers.
That's more than fair.
Yep.
Now, we are seeing another P3 coming on down to the southern side, and I think this is the last of those cards that he had from A phase. So I believe this Crusader's going to buy it. Yep, that's one. But the Stuart's there too, so I don't know. I don't know.
Panther 3 does have veterancy. This does help out quite a bit.
That's true, but if you get hit, you get hit.
Good point, good point. A bullet is still a bullet.
Very true. Guards are looking to leverage a lot of their extra half-tracks in the battle space. They are pushing in with a couple of brain groups up top.
Yes, looking really good up north here now that the Panther and Panther 3 down. There's really nothing there to stop here. And the Panther 4 now, if they can kill the Panther 4, that's really just, that's going to break the entire northern sector.
You know, I'm looking at that 6-pounder in that tree line right there. I'm trying to figure out a great place for him to go. I think moving south is the right idea, but I would have liked to see it happen a lot earlier. I'm going to see Crusader go down in the meantime as well.
I mean, you could potentially get a shot on that Panzer 3, but that's really about it. Maybe a 2-3-4/1 if you move big closer up, but Panzer 3 is now getting very close.
And Stuart's going to have a beautiful side shot too.
Yep.
So again, you have to love some of the tank position that's been happening in terms of defilades and enfilades here. A lot of players don't really take that into account. These are great tank traps.
Yeah, it's
pays
been a
off.
real
Good
good
lord.
There we go. It's been a really good tank match. There's been a lot of fun back and forth engagements between these Panzer 3s, 4s, Stuarts, etc. And we're just seeing a lot of tanks being blown up.
Which is always a good time for me.
Exactly. It's like second battle of Alamein.
6-pounder, by the way, does pick up that 2-3-4. But there's a Flammpanzer right behind it, though, too.
Yep. Oh, I love the Flammpanzer, man. Probably my favourite German unit is our Flammpanzer.
It never seems to get enough play now, does it?
Nah, it's not the best. It's a little bit expensive at 60 points, but I've had moments where I've bum rushed, like a tank destroyer, blamed it, and then forced it to surrender. So it does have its uses.
Now, I was going to go make a quick call out. There was an AEC just to the northwest of that Panzer IV, and unfortunately, P4 got the first shot off, and that was it. But I am amused about one thing. We got 30 seconds before Phase C. I want you to take us through what to expect there in just a second, but we're back to 51-49 in favor of the Guards, which is stunning to me. Just if you guys remember what this mini-map looked like.
And what it still looks like now.
Exactly.
It's still a mess.
Right now, I'm looking the right-hand side. Looks like a dragon, maybe, or like a, I don't know, a witch with a very, very hooked nose.
Yeah, I kind of see a ghost looking at the Red 4 side. It kind of looks like a spooky ghost popping out.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, and I think this is something we never really kind of appreciate. What do the maps look like?
Yeah, it's like clouds.
Exactly. We're map gazing right now, folks. But we're into Phase C now. So what can we expect from there?
Well, Guards really come into strength. As they looking right now, they do get the Firefighter Achilles. He has Phase C Crocodiles, which is going to be a wonderful heavy tank to bring out. But also the infantry. It seems like he's really coming into play. Just look at all the infantry up north there, all the half tracks and whatnot. A little bit moving too fast as he has no anti-tank support at the moment.
He's had a couple of motorized rifle squads, but that's about it, I suppose.
That's about it. He does have, is that a 6-pound, 17-pounder? Yeah, there's a 17-pounder in that half track behind motorized rifles, and a Sherman 5 being brought out. But yeah, looking pretty good for Cadilakor. He is starting to push him back. The Germans are really surrounded in this little crossroads area by the mansion.
What's more, we have a Stuart here with 3 different half tracks here, so I'm expecting to see 3 quick kills. Well, that's falling back. That's almost as good at this time.
Yep.
17-pounder, by the way, trading shots. There we go.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Panzer 4 does go down. Now it's really the meat and potatoes in this central defense location, so the Stuarts are just going to be able to run in supreme. And honestly, I think taking the Stuarts was a pretty good idea in hindsight for Cadilakor.
But, you know, hindsight's definitely 2020. And I kind of feel like, you know, had he perhaps not lost those couple ones early, which rather silly decisions, you know, attack move as opposed to just moving, could have made a very, very big difference here.
Yeah, because that's the reason why he lost his early initiative. Oh, we got the Stuka being brought in, gets one of the kills, but Tempest hot on his heels.
Yep.
Don't think he's going to get out, to be honest.
And fun for me to actually see for the first time this entire game, we're actually seeing some air power. So really kind of stunned that we weren't seeing it at all. Especially considering the deck that the Windhund seemed to have been going for.
We've got Messerschmitt. Is that? Yeah.
Yep, Messerschmitt's ME-109 coming on in. That's a 2-star one. So that's his Phase A coming in. But I don't think he's really going to get a whole lot done with it. Yeah, he might take out the Tempest, but at the end of it, who really cares, right? And a turn and burn now, that Tempest is going to get away.
Yeah, Tempest is much faster than the ME-109, so he's going to be a city slicker and get out of there easy peasy like.
A city slicker? I've never heard that one before. Is that a Canadian phrase? I'm not used to.
No. I have no idea what I said that, to be honest. It's just a...
It's a rang.
It's a word. It's a rang word.
It's a rangism. Down to the south, we do have its pioneer squad just hanging out in these trees, and this half-track doesn't want to get any closer to them. Can't say I blame them. But to the northern side of that, well, actually, wow. The pioneers are just all about being behind enemy lines, aren't we? 3 different squads, just kind of all chilling.
Chilling like a villain.
Indeed. Indeed. And you know what? I think one of these is going to get picked up really, really quickly here as a surrender. Yeah, this half-track's going to chase him on down. I think it's going to be a quick surrender. Now, finally we see another Crusader coming on in. I need to take a quick look. Yeah, you can call in 4 Crusaders from Phase B. That's a rather hefty card to put into play. I'm actually kind of surprised. Taking a look at the builds, since we were actually able to do that now, would you have gone for the 2 Crusaders in Phase A, or would you replace that with something else instead?
I'd still have some sort of AA in Phase A, just in case the enemy decides to go a little bit AA crazy, but also, these Crusaders are fantastic fire support units, and just having that dual purpose weaponry on the field can be rather useful. I don't agree with how he used them when he really sort of brought tanks during that A phase to deal with the enemy tanks, but when fighting more infantry focused decks like Fauchjäger or 91st Luftlander, these can be really good A phase choices.
Seems like a very interesting call. Now, I do want to call out, there's a Pioneer the Pioneer squads down in the, kind of scrum down here to the south. They've all been picked off except for this last one that has somehow destroyed a half-track just with rifle fire.
I think he also has the grenades too.
Ah, but the grenades are actually gone by the time he blew it up. Unless it was, I just caught it just at the end of that animation, which is entirely possible. And I do think we're seeing mortars falling on back on pretty much all flanks here.
Yep.
And there's not much to speak of. Here. There's not much to speak of from the German side of things.
Nope, it's just the mortars now. I'm amazed we didn't actually see a Panther be brought up, because that really would have been an important unit to have pulled ES out, but the Guards, they got the infantry spam on the game, they got the Stuarts, they got the Crusaders, the Shermans, the Cromwells, all over the bloody map. And they just have a much thicker front line compared to the Germans. There we go, the Panther now being brought up.
Hey, he's not thicker, he's just big boned, okay?
That's right, suspension breaks down all the time, right?
Exactly, he works hard, man. He's got a nice felt shape.
Yep. Yep.
But that's a +2 over here for Cadilakor, and despite being down almost like 700 tickets there, we're going to see a surrender coming up from URA.
Yeah. I still think he had quite a bit of fight in him left. I mean, the Panther could have made a difference, but okay, at the same time, he didn't really have much in terms of infantry or actual frontline units to help defend.
Definitely, I think that the weight of numbers was definitely beginning to tell for our good friend Cadilakor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, taking a quick look at the end over here, like we said, about 600 or 700 tickets difference between the two. And the KD as well, 500 points difference, that's not inconsiderable.
Yeah, that's pretty close considering usually it's, I usually want to say it's like 1,000 on average, 1,000 to 800 in terms of KD ratio.
True. Now, taking a quick look at kills, yep, Command Cromwell did pretty well early on, picking up this 2-3-4. Stuarts as well pulling their weight, but hero of the match, that 6-pounder.
Yep, that's damn Panzer III, a few half tracks. He even got the Spar Troop because killed it in the half track too. But yeah, that was a good 6-pounder of his positioning. Definitely helped cleared up middle section.
Now, from the German side of things, taking a quick look, Martyr did decently well. But you know what? There was one Panzer III that did all the hard work, and after that, nobody else could even come close, it feels like.
Stacer?
Yep, Stacer, yeah.
Stacer, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of Stuarts and there's a lot of tanks from the Guard Armoured, exactly how you meant to play the Guard Armoured. And he just kind of got that rolling thunder, the rolling tanks in the end game, and the Rintown just does not have that many tanks. I mean, if we count it right now, the Rintown has 8 tanks in his deck. 8 tanks, while Guard Armoured has at least...
They almost had 8 tanks.
Almost 2 dozen.
They almost had 8 tanks just in their stuff after Phase B.
Yep. It's not a lot of tanks for Rintown. He was very much banking on that A phase, and he did a pretty decent job, but he needed that +2 in A phase. He only managed to gain a little bit of ground when he needed to capture a lot. And I think Panzerwerfers would have helped a lot too.
I was just going to make that comment myself. I'm really kind of upset we only saw a mortar half-track. For a mere, 25 tickets more, that would have been a bigger payoff I would have thought.
I'd say you need the Panzerwerfer for Rintown because that is your breakthrough unit. It softens up the front line for your tanks and Panzer IIIs to move in and finish up the job.
Definitely seems like a good way to close a little bit of analysis here. Do you have any kind of final thoughts you want to talk about the match or no?
No, that's pretty much everything I got to say on this match.
I would say so as well. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning on in. There's always going to be more Rang and Ulrich. You know how this is going to work. So, if you want to come back for some more, please let us know. We're always going to be posting stuff at least a couple days a week. And so this has been Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rang Ru. Take it easy.
Have a good day, folks.